It's showtime.
Hello and welcome to Musical Lyrical Lingo. We're your hosts Tim
and LJ. Today and every week we will be discussing musicals and specifically what they taught us.
Absolutely. I don't know what that was.
Absolutely.
That hello was particularly aggravating as well. I aggravated myself there with my hello today. But anyway. Hey ho.
Hey ho.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Here we are again talking musical theatres. Darling.
Our favourite subject.
Absolutely. Why did they not have degrees for musical theatre? Can you tell me?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Where?
Like your drama degrees or musical.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, just like for knowledge, not for like having to perform it.
Oh yes, I mean, well, you can do a degree on Taylor Swift and the Kardashians, so really you should be able to do one. Maybe we should create.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. Maybe we should create a musical theatre.
That sounds like too much work for me, to be quite honest with you. Here, I've got a little, what's the word I'm trying to say?
I'm not sure.
I have a little...
Bone?
No, not at all. There's no bones to pick here. Okay. We get on swimmingly well.
Okay.
I've a bit of advice, but that sounds rare. Oh. When you suggest something...
Suggestion?
Oh my God. Can we just start this podcast again, to be quite honest with you?
Recommendation.
Thank you.
Right.
Bit of a recommendation for you.
Eventually comes in and does some work. Right, go.
Obviously we know I am... What did you just say?
That he eventually comes in and does some work.
Listen, I think we're lucky to be here after last week's performance. So,
We were...
Shut up. We had our wrists slapped.
We spoke too much.
Yeah. He'll be talking to that dog next door for his contribution this week. No, so a recommendation. We all know from previous episodes last year that I am slightly obsessed with Sam Tuddy.
Yes.
Sam Tuddy is in a new musical.
A brand new musical.
Let's celebrate the new musical still being written and people who are brave enough to put them out there. Called Two Strangers. And then in brackets, carry a cake across New York. Yep. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But they have just released the EP of the show, and it is brilliant.
I've only heard one song.
Is it New York? New York!
So they're both singing.
Oh, okay. Yep, I can't remember which one that is. Okay. But I'm obsessed.
Of course
I've listened to it 6 times.
Ooh,
and that's my new favourite song at the moment, New York.
Okay.
From Two Strangers, Carry a Cake Across New York.
And it's going to Broadway. It was just had West End.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see it.
See, every single week there is more and more reasons why we need to go to New York.
I know, I agree.
Get on it, Aaron. Look up the price of some tickets there.
We'll have to wait until our next performance review before he'll make that decision.
Yeah, okay.
Also, have you heard about hashtag You Will Be Found?
Oh, the editions.
Yeah. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Okay, what rock
but you know,
have I been living under?
Do you know what the problem is? You don't have Tickety Talk.
I don't have Tickety Talk, so is it blowing up?
Yeah.
So for anybody, although all of our listeners will know, I'll be last to the party. But seriously, am I really that far behind everybody else?
The editions and all of them.
Does mean I have to get TikTok.
Well, I mean, Musical Lyrical Lingo has a TikTok and everybody loves us on that. So I feel like you need...
But I don't want to end up, sitting for 16 hours a day on TikTok.
Well, then put a timer on your phone.
Oh, because that's really, cool. I have to put a timer on or I'll be sitting for too long on TikTok.
I did it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, because it is something that I use it at night time, after I've watched all my documentaries.
What time do you sleep, Lauren?
So that is my time to unwind. But yeah, just put a restricted time on and you'll be fine.
So for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, hashtag You Will Be Found is the
Happened
genius.
6 years ago.
is the genius that the casting team for Dear Evan Hansen have come up with. So they're collaborating with TikTok.
Collaborated? You need to talk in past.
Yeah, you're right, because actually the entries, it closed on the 11th of February.
Yeah, and they've got, like, recalls have been and
I
all.
know. Well, I do know of someone.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So is there no point talking about this then? Is it so old
No.
news?
I think what's important to talk about is, like, how do you feel
Okay,
about
so
this platform?
the casting team for Dear Evan Hansen basically have said that anybody can send a video of them performing a Dear Evan Hansen song.
Yes.
And any that they liked the look of, they then contacted them to start official audition proceedings. Which is just, I think it's quite interesting. It's like really, it's a cool way of going, we're going on a UK tour. However, for Dear Evan Hansen, I'm like going, why do you need to? Because everyone's going to go and see it anyway. Like a show like Dear Evan Hansen, it's not that they're going to be struggling to sell tickets. But I just thought it was kind of cool to get a bit of a buzz about it. I don't know how I feel about a potentially just some random ending up being Dear Evan Hansen or someone.
But I don't think that is
going to happen.
I think, it's a great way to expose yourself in a new platform.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Like the show we're talking about this week was also one of the London revivals was cast in a similar way of like,
talent.
The talent, the way they found their talent was from an unknown. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind, but it's interesting. I will spend this evening scrolling because you can get access just on the internet. You don't have to be on TikTok to see the videos, do you? I did a Google search earlier and there's loads of them there. I'll just start flicking through them.
It was interesting because the algorithm, obviously, the more things you look at on TikTok, then the more that's your page is going to be filled with it. So there was a while there, that's all I was seeing was people's auditions.
Did you feel like you were on the casting team for Dear Evan Hansen?
Yeah, I felt like I was like, oh, I'm not sure how you've gone with that. I don't believe your eyes in that one.
Oh, you're a gay. You would be great. You'd be a great casting director, though.
I would have to bring it down a wee bit. Do you not think so?
Nah, I don't think so. I think the opposite. I think that's the point of a casting director. That you get the right person.
But no, I thought it was really fun way of moving with the times. And like there's so many people who have done their training and then have built up a bit of a following through social media who are on in the West End or Broadway or whatever. I think it also becomes a wee bit negative where people think, oh, they only got that role because they are TikTok famous, but that's not the case.
Yeah. What I do like about it is maybe I might be wrong in what I'm going to say here because obviously I don't experience this because I don't go to auditions. But I think there's a big deal put on folk who are in stage schools and are doing their final showcases. There's a big emphasis put on getting an agent, or they invite agents to see the shows, and it's all about signing with an agent when when you're coming out of college, and then it's those agents that get you into the room. I don't understand enough about the process, but from what I gather, you need to have a really, really hot agent, like to get yourself into the audition rooms in the first place. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So I like this idea of anybody could be seen. Yeah. And anybody could be invited into the audition room. And I think that's nice. Like, I think given, even people who have gone away and trained and, maybe their agent doesn't get them into the room, but heck, they're getting themselves in, and I know there's probably performers out there that do that anyway. They are their own agent but I don't know, maybe I think once upon a time, the environment, it was, unless you had agents, it's hard to get into the room. Maybe that's not the case anymore.
No, I think that's true because there's also like, your subscription to Spotlight and all of those things. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to be seen, so this was a good way of taking the power back as a performer and saying, here's my talent laid bare. Look at it. Yeah. Don't look at who my agent is to see whether or not I can get in or, I don't know. Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
it all boils down to I'm absolutely raging I've missed the boat. This was my big chance.
Oh.
And I've missed it. Like, I'm now late. I haven't done my TikTok video. Nobody's going to see me.
Well, maybe
I'm never going to work again.
Maybe it'll
Why are you
be
laughing?
so sick.
You just slid that in there. I'll never work.
I'm never going to work again.
Maybe this will work.
It's on a t-shirt, by the way, folks. It's on a t-shirt. Merch store. Go and check it out.
Maybe
Sorry,
they'll do
interrupted.
this for a revival of Mary Poppins, and you'll soon get to be Bert.
Okay. No, it's Macintosh. He's never going to go there, is he?
Okay.
Please.
Maybe just a wee Amdram.
Please just... No. Stop that. I want to be in the palace. Tapping a dream upside down. I don't actually think I could do that. I would book.
Oh, you'd have to have your anti-sickness tablets.
Yes. Along with the Valium
Yeah.
and the cams and all the
And you
other
wouldn't be able
bits
to
that are
eat
going
anything
with
because you'd be
it.
upside down, so your heartburn would be
Actually,
playing.
just don't talk to me. I can't talk.
You might. Oh, the part is slowly drifting away. Oh dear, you were so close yet
I
so
was
far.
so close. It would definitely be one of my favourite things to do, though. Oh, did you see what I did there?
Oh, love it.
What are we doing this week, then?
We're doing Sound of Music.
Yeah, so as you probably can hear from the tone of voice, Lauren, you're so excited about this episode, aren't you?
I feel really bad. Some people just absolutely go nuts for this.
Uh-huh.
I just don't get the same enjoyment. And really,
Here we go.
I'm not sure.
Buckle yourself in, folks.
I feel like a lot of it is hyped in a way that it should never have been hyped.
Okay.
I find it very strange. I don't see why we've got 50,000 revivals. I don't know. I don't know why we're constantly doing lives of it.
Okay.
I think it'll all come down. I bet you this is all going to bite me in my butt whenever we talk about connections. But anyway.
No.
This is-
Okay. I hear you, sister. I hear you. However, I do not know what's happened to me. Because I know I'm not a fan of Sound of Music. Like, I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I've no interest in seeing it. I don't listen to it. And this has been, like, obviously on our list.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the... You know, when you're talking about music, because it's one of those
Everybody's
musicals
heard of
that's
it.
out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And as you say, everybody, like, a lot of people, like, love it and
Yeah.
go to sing along Sound of Music. I couldn't think of anything worse.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they'll all be singing out of tune and I couldn't cope with it. I'd be like, do you want to just let Julie sing? just leave it to the professionals. But, so, it's been on the list for a long time and we've ignored it for a whole season.
Yeah, I know.
And then come season 2, we're like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
However, I then went away and did a bit of research. I'm prepping for this podcast episode, and my feelings aren't as strong as I thought they were going to be towards it.
So it's
Now,
not a chitty feeling.
Oh my God, no, nowhere
Yeah,
near.
yeah.
Like, Chitty is still in the dumpster. But Sound of Music is, I can take it, but don't ask me to sit down and watch it on TV.
Okay, this is how I feel too.
I might go to the theatre and see it. Maybe once every 10 years.
Okay.
But I won't watch the film.
I
That's
think
for sure.
if I go to watch it, somebody would have to be in it for me to go and watch it.
That you really want to see.
That I would, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Or maybe like CJ's in a production of it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'd maybe go and
Well,
see
I would
it.
hope you would want to go and see your daughter in the production.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but I was expecting today to be like the two of us to
I
be
know,
like
like,
those two Muppets in the box. What are they called?
Rubbish! No, I'm just thinking of Avenue Q.
Statler. Someone in Statler.
Someone in Statler?
Yeah, is that not the Muppets' names?
I thought they were Ernie.
Listen, we got Jason last week.
Statler and Waldorf?
Yes, I knew what. I knew I was right with
How
one.
did you know that when you have a real problem with Muppets?
Love the catchy tunes and insightful discussions on musical lyrical lingo? Why would you not? Now you can reap your fandom. Ooh, we've got fans. And show off your love of all things musical theatre with our exclusive merchandise. Ooh.
From comfy tees,
T-shirts,
mugs to stylish tote bags, we have something for every fan. Our designs are inspired by the show's iconic themes.
Because we are so iconic.
And featured playful quotes, alpha, ba, and graphics that will have you humming along.
I will never work again.
Wherever you go.
So head over to our merch store now and start shopping. Spend your money, people. And don't forget to share your pics on our social media using hashtag podcast musical lyrical lingo merch. We love to see our fans rocking our gear.
Yes, we do. Happy shopping.
Puppets, not necessarily the Muppets.
Oh, yes,
I have
that's
problems with puppets. Muppets I can do. Don't even go there. Don't even try and contradict me, Aaron. Sesame Street was a step too far. I can deal with Muppets
Okay.
a wee bit. Right.
Yeah, so it's Sound of Music, okay? It's based on the 1949 memoir of Maria von Trapp. Sound of Music is a musical with music by Richard Rodgers, lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein, book by Howard Lindsay and Russell Crowe.
And
From Anything Goes.
I think that's why it has the following that it has, because it is Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein, one of theirs. And I actually last Sunday went to the cinema to see they had done, because it's the 80th anniversary of Rodgers and Hammerstein, and they did a brilliant recording of a concert that took place in Royal Theatre Drury Lane.
Oh, lovely.
And it was stunning. What Rodgers and Hammerstein do you think this started with? Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
And did many people stay, or did they get up and leave?
Oh my goodness, the cinema was full.
Really?
Absolutely full.
Oklahoma?
There was 4 of us and 3 others. We had a whole cinema to ourselves. So it became a sing-along, to be quite honest
that's
with you.
not too bad.
But I just thought, I cannot wait to raise this with Lauren. It started with Oklahoma. It was actually a brilliant concert.
Was that good?
My mate Marisha Wallace was in it.
Was she?
Absolutely. You haven't heard I'm just a girl who can't say no until you've heard her version. Julian Overton, though, was the star of the show. He was amazing, the songs that he sang. Some from Sound of Music. Yeah. It was a brilliant concert, but I just thought I would bring it up. But I think that's why Sound of Music is Sound of Music.
Yes, I think so. And I mean, whenever you dissect the music, you love, what do you call that? An intro? What do you call that?
Intro?
No, it's not an intro.
Overture. Yeah.
You love that. And,
yeah.
you know, listening to it, it's pretty good.
When you hear all of their songs in one concert, it's undeniable how
They're very talented.
Fantastic they were at the shows that they created.
I think Sound of Music maybe is something, especially if you're young, involved in drama or any performance-based theatre, you're going to have done it a number of times.
I have dressed up as a nun, not going to lie to you.
So it's maybe just one of those which is just a wee bit too repetitive.
What, repetitive in it's done too much for your liking?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think. But
it's
anyway.
a good seller though. Listen.
Yeah.
It sells the tickets, puts bums on seats.
It opened in Broadway in 1959 and won 5 Tony Awards whenever it was nominated for 9.
Yeah, Mary Martin was Maria von Trapp.
She was indeed.
Do you know, in those Tony Awards, 1959, it did win Best Musical, but it tied.
Oh!
So they get, and I had never heard of this in Tony history. Like, I didn't know that was a thing that you could tie. Yeah, it won Best Musical, tied with a show called Fiorello, whatever that was.
No,
never heard of it before in my life. Also, the entire children's cast. So, The Sound of Music follows the Von Trapp family that have hundreds of children. The entire children's cast was nominated for Best Feature Actress category as a single nominee.
Very good.
Even though 2 of the children were boys.
Oh.
Best Featured Actress. But 2.
Yeah.
Hey-ho. Shoehorned in there, folks.
Anyway, opened in London in 1961 at the Palace Theatre. And then there was, of course, the very famous film in 1965 starring Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. And then it's just on TV every single day since then.
Okay, we need to change your tone a little bit.
No,
Lauren.
but it's it's on repeat. It's probably one of the musicals I have seen the most.
Yeah.
I have seen it a lot.
Yeah. The original Broadway ran for 1,443 performances. And then the original London production, which opened at the Palace Theatre in 1961, it ran for 2,385 performances. There was then in 1981, I promise I won't go into all of the revivals,
okay, yeah, 'cause there's
but
a lot.
there's some key ones that I think are worth mentioning. The 1981 revival, Petula Clark, agreed to star in the revival at the Apollo Theatre in London, where Wicked is now. And Maria von Trapp, the actual Maria von Trapp, was in attendance on opening night, and she described Clark's performance as the best Maria ever.
Yeah, that was always a rumour, but not a rumour. That was always a story that followed Petula Clark, was that she was an amazing Maria von Trapp.
And Maria von Trapp actually
give her blessing.
Yeah. It played at 101% seating capacity. And the show said that, I don't understand what 101 means, but let's say it set the highest attendance figures.
Oh, maybe is it 101? Remember years ago they used to do standing seats?
Maybe. Or maybe they sold other tickets and let people come and stand in the back. Yeah, I mean, I read that and I wrote down I don't really understand what 101 means.
Well, let's go with that.
And I'm a teacher. So, it set the highest attendance figures for a single week of any British musical production in history.
Wow.
And it was the first stage production to incorporate 2 additional songs.
Right.
Written by Rodgers.
Yeah.
Something Good and I Have Confidence.
Yes.
And interestingly, those are my 2 standing ovations. They're the 2 songs I really love. I think actually both of them are beautiful songs.
Yes, I really do love I Have
like
Confidence.
Them. And they were... Rodgers composed them for the film version that you've talked about. Then... the 2006 London revival was an Andrew Lloyd Webber production, which opened in November 2006 at the London Palladium. Following failed negotiations with Hollywood star Scarlett Johansson, that was the original plan for that revival, that Scarlett Johansson, they wanted her to play Maria.
But that didn't work out,
And
so then
that fell through. So then the role of Maria was cast through the UK search a reality TV show called How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria, and Connie Fisher won it.
Oh, but she was very good.
Yeah, but originally Scarlett Johansson was who they wanted. Yeah, I didn't know that until I researched this episode.
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go.
You can get all that on YouTube. How to Solve a Problem Like Maria.
Yeah, the whole series.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, we were obsessed, weren't we? We rushed home from stage school to watch it on the TV.
Yeah.
Every Saturday night.
Loved it. Because it was the first reality show that had musical theatre in it. And then obviously we know from there was Nancy, there was Joseph, there was everything.
Well, it was such a hit, wasn't it? That they went, oh, how many of these can we do?
Yeah. But it was a new format as well. You know, they I remember the first night they told you who got the most votes, and that never happened in reality TV as well.
And it was the first, wasn't it? The Nancy's and all came after that, didn't they?
Yeah, no, Maria was the first.
So that's kind of the first time musical theatre was on Saturday night primetime, which was such a big thing for us. Like, you know, something we love, and there it is on a Saturday night. I mean, I think our feelings, maybe I'm speaking wrongly on your behalf, but certainly my feelings towards this musical are shaped and tainted by the film. I think it's the film that makes me go,
Yeah, it's very
I'm not so
long.
sure. It's too long.
It is very long.
And I just think, like, I like Julie Andrews, but
Yeah.
that's probably about as much as I like. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Christopher Plummer as
really?
Captain Von Trapp.
No, I do like him.
And you know he turned down the role several times.
Who?
Christopher Plummer.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah.
Until the director, Robert Wise, was able to convince him that they could make the part more challenging by strengthening and deepening the character. I think he thought it was a bit shallow. He didn't enjoy the process, so.
No, he didn't.
Do you know how much it was cost to produce?
No.
$8.2 million. But however, at the end of 2014, the film had grossed 286 million worldwide, so it's fine.
I mean, there's Sound
They
of
made back
Music
their money.
tours
Yeah.
where people literally book a holiday
Yeah.
and go
Yeah.
and reenact like
That's true.
scenes I could think of nothing
I know.
that I would like to do less.
But it was a big hit. It won 5 out of its 9 Oscar nominations in 1966, including Best Picture, Director, but not Best Actress for Julie Andrews.
No.
What the hell? What
yeah,
the flip?
I know.
I love this cool wee fun fact, and then that's the last time we're going to talk about the movie.
Okay.
The opening sequence. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many takes it took per Julie on those hills?
Like 100.
Yeah, it took, well, not hundreds, but it took her 12 takes because she kept getting knocked down by the downdraft from the helicopter that was used to film the scene. Poor Julie.
I
Like,
know.
she was trying her best.
Yeah, she said she had a terrible experience. You know, everybody loves that, so iconic, and all she can think of is how much of a struggle it was to even stay standing upright.
And then apparently there's like word that the Gretel nearly drowned when they all fall out of the boat because the Gretel couldn't.
She couldn't swim. So it was said that she would sit up beside Julie Andrews then, and then whenever they fell in the water, Julie would be able to like hold on to her. But what happened was she fell backwards and Julie fell forwards.
Oh, no.
And then she didn't.
It's like, this child has got to drown and it's all my
know.
fault. Yeah, that's the last time we'll talk about the film.
Okay.
Maybe. Ugh.
Okay. So yes, it is set in Austria on the eve of Anschluss.
Well done.
Anschluss.
In 1938, Anschluss was to unite Austria and Germany. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So it features Maria, a nun.
Do you go with your history?
Features Maria, a nun who takes a job as a governess to a large Von Trapp family. She ends up falling in love with the children and their father.
Widowed father. Just
Oh, yes, sorry.
Else into the story could change the whole story.
Von Trapp opposes the Nazis, and because of this they end up having to flee the country, not on foot, which the film would have you believe. They added that in for dramatic effect. I mean, they just took a train to Italy.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's one of my musical lyrical lingos. Because I didn't realise, you can scorn me if you want, Aaron did last episode. I didn't realise that it's actually based on a true person. Like, I didn't realise, as in Maria Von Trapp was actually Maria Von Trapp.
Did you know?
No, I promise you I didn't. I didn't. I just thought it was a story that, like, obviously they used the whole war thing.
Used the whole war thing?
As in, like, as a plot. I thought they had used that as a plot.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't realise that the people involved were, like, Maria Von Trapp was actually
a person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was actually a governess.
You know, the way that it's based on the 1949 memoir of Maria
Yeah, but I
Von
didn't know.
Trapp?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that.
I'm going to wind you up. Yeah. I know that they actually had 10 children, but in the musical there's only 7.
They had 10 children, and also the actual memoir, Maria Von Trapp, person, she was only hired to look after one of the children. Because the child was suffering from rheumatic fever.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why, and as you say, it kind of, it doesn't actually, you know, it goes by fact to a certain point and then it's enhanced. Yeah, and as you say, their escape from Salzburg was much less dramatic. They ended up They ended up in America, though.
Yes, they did.
Singing for their supper, literally, at
I
weddings
know.
and bar mitzvahs and other events.
Yeah, I feel that very strange, but
It's
whatever.
here. And then in 1939, they saved enough money to buy their first farm in...
Oklahoma?
No,
Where?
Vermont. That place is like following
It's like
us like a
haunting
bad
us, isn't it?
scent. Like, how many episodes have we mentioned Vermont in the last couple of weeks?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then they later built the Trapp family lodge, which still is running today and is managed by the youngest von Trapp sibling, Johannes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Maria and the captain's son.
Son, yes, because as in real life, when they were fleeing Salzburg, Maria was pregnant
Yeah.
with her husband's then 10th child.
Yeah.
There you go.
Crazy. Crazy.
And Maria and the actual von Trapp captain person are
I just can't say
buried.
his name. Is it Joff?
Joff, I don't know, are buried next to each other in the lodge grounds.
Oh, how sweet.
That is quite cute, yeah.
That's great.
So that was the first musical lyrical lingo I had.
so
What about you?
So, I'm not going to be able to say any of this. The prelude, dium?
Preludium, yeah.
Yeah, preludium. It's all in Latin.
Yeah, it's opening number sung by the nuns.
I started to translate the first line and then got bored.
But it's Psalm 110.
So it's the Lord said, my Lord, sit at my right hand is the first, which is Dixix, Dominus, Domino, Mio, sed, a dextrous ness.
I never thought I'd see the day you would speak Latin. Well done, you.
Call that that.
Well, but how do you say he can't read Latin and speak Latin? How do you say that?
I think you did a good enough job.
I can't even read your
Okay,
See,
can't read
there
the
we go.
handwriting. There we go.
handwriting.
Some might say that's an excuse, Aaron, but anyway.
All right. So yeah, just I learned that was like
Aaron's
you said,
getting
it's
it
him.
hard this episode, isn't he? Are you feeling victimised?
Wee bit.
Good, that's how we felt
Feel like
last
run under the
time.
hills.
Yeah.
Also, at the end, they say Alleluia. So then I looked into that.
You looked into Hallelujah?
Yeah, because there's Alleluia and Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, okay.
So they are
Love
this.
how your brain works.
I know. I kind of go from one thing into another, and like it's all
interesting.
over, it's scattered. So Alleluia and Hallelujah is the same thing, which is praise the Lord. But Hallelujah is from the Hebrew spelling, while Alleluia is the Latin transliteration of the Greek transliteration of Hallelujah.
I'm lost, folks.
No, why are you lost?
Say
So
it again
Hallelujah
slowly.
comes direct from Hebrew spelling.
Yeah.
But Alleluia has almost gone through two translations. First to Latin, it comes from Latin, but it was translated into Greek first. So it went Greek, then Latin, while Hallelujah just went Hebrew, English.
There you go.
So there you go.
I'm glad you looked that up.
I know, I was actually like, Alleluia and Hallelujah? Oh, they're the same word. There you go.
Very good. Mine are a little less deep.
Okay, go for it.
Maria is a postulant. And I didn't know what a postulant was, because clearly I don't pay enough attention. And then the first time I saw postulant written down was when I was working on Sister Act. And I misread it for prostitute.
Oh, that's
So
definitely
Maria's
not
a
right.
prostitute.
Oh.
No, I know. Postulant, a candidate, especially one seeking admission into a religious order. That's what a postulant is.
So
yeah.
not quite nun status.
Exactly. And then the mother abbess. Mm-hmm. I thought
it was Abyss.
no, Mother Abbess. I think it's Abbess.
Abbess, okay. Yeah.
It might be Abyss, you never know. But I also just thought that was a made-up name for the character.
Oh, rather than her title.
Yeah, I didn't realise that Mother Abbess is the name given to female superiors in a community of nuns.
Yeah.
They're all called Mother Abbess.
I learned quite a bit in the song Maria.
How do you solve a problem?
So
like Maria?
also, sounding music was something that I was introduced to quite young. So there's a lot of stuff.
yeah, all
there's
of us, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So there was Mass and Chapel and Penance.
Penance.
Yeah, which is sorrow for one's sin. So just all those words, I just learned what they were. And it says, underneath her wimple, she has curls in her hair. That's not the right tune.
Close.
Yeah, close.
I'm saying nothing because I don't want you to think I don't think you can sing. Like,
No.
you're a great singer.
So I didn't know that was a female head covering.
A wimple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I obviously knew that nuns wore a covering, but I didn't know that a wimple was a female head covering, but it covered the top of your head, neck and chin.
Yeah.
Rather than just a head covering, it has to cover all of that.
Absolutely.
The habit, isn't that what the nuns call their head?
So there's a wimple and a habit.
And a habit.
Yeah.
So is the wimple...
Covers the neck.
The wimple is the head, neck and chin.
Got you.
And then, the habit goes on top of that then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got flibber gibbet.
A flibbery gibbet?
Yeah, which I always thought was a made-up word.
Yeah, me too.
But it means flighty or whimsical.
Yeah, a frivolous, flighty, or excessively talkative person.
Yeah.
Yeah, class.
And then will-o'-the-wisp.
A will-o'-the-wisp.
Is light. There's two things. It could either be the light that appears over marshy ground, but I think it's this one, or misleading or elusive goal or hope.
Yeah, so will-o'-the-wisp folklore states that light hovering or like floating at night, almost like a vision.
Yeah.
But you think it's the other one, do you?
Well, I think in relation to this song, a misleading or elusive goal or hope, as in she's not set out to be a nun.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
A whirling dervish, I love this because this is something that my dad would have said a lot.
Really?
But also you hear it a lot like around kids, like they're whirling dervish because they just come in and like wreck the place and then go out.
Yeah. The lyric in the show says she can throw a whirling dervish out of whirl. So what is it?
Well, is the Sufi whirling a meditation practice while performing DHIKR, which is remembrance of God. So it's a...
Oh, really? You see, I went to the Urban Dictionary. I went to the wrong source for this, clearly, because the Urban Dictionary says it's a term of endearment for an energetic, bouncy person. Also refers to someone that is messy and chaotic in a cute way.
So that's how people refer to children.
Yeah.
You're like a whirling dervish, or I suppose anybody that comes in.
But is that not Maria as well in this?
Yeah.
She doesn't fit the...
But it comes from... like a religious thing.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. That says it all.
No, I think we're
about
both.
Me. I'll go to the Urban Dictionary.
It could be very clever writing, and that
both.
It's a term that means both, and it's been used for that purpose.
Because Oscar Hammerstein was that clever.
I would say that it is both.
This was Oscar Hammerstein was also sick.
I know.
When he wrote this. This was their last collaboration.
It was. It was stomach cancer.
Yeah, he was. He was dying with cancer at the time. So still a very clever man, even when he was dealing with a lot of other things.
Yeah. Did you have anything else in Maria?
Not from Maria, but from favourite things. I had a few.
I just have one in my favourite things. Schnitzel.
Schnitzel with noodles.
Yeah. So I always knew that was from Sound of Music. Then I knew that it was. Because I asked, what is a schnitzel? And was told that it was a German thin slice of meat, which is like pounded.
Yeah.
Really, really thin and then coated in breadcrumbs.
I normally bread it.
So whenever we went to Germany, I went to Berlin the first time, anytime I seen that on the menu, I was like, I know I can eat that because I knew what that is.
When I first discovered or heard Sound of Music, I didn't know what a crisp apple strudel was. I didn't know what a strudel was. So that dessert, that thin pastry rolled up.
Oh, I love a
round
strudel.
fruit filling, yeah. I prefer cinnamon swirl myself.
Yeah, probably out of the two, I probably would, but I do like a good strudel.
There you go. Okay. I love the link to strudel and Guys and Dolls, another one of my favourites, because that's what Nathan tries to bet Sky with to start with. Like how would Mindy's sell more strudel or cheesecake? Yeah. Cheesecake. Yep. 16 going on 17. I am 16 going on... We have the same ones, I think, this week.
One of my favourite songs. Whenever I was younger. And that's why my favourite number, 16.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even though you hate the musical so much?
I know, but
You've got your favourite number?
I thought, being 16, you were really grown up.
Yeah, don't we all?
Because I was like 5 whenever I first was really aware of this musical. So I thought, 16, wow, you're so old.
And she gets to do a lovely big dance.
Yeah, I know.
And she meets a boy.
He's 17.
Yeah, but he's also...
18. He's also an Nazi.
Yeah.
I have...
Nobody's perfect.
That's it from another musical at the minute. That line.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. It's the very last line in a music. Never mind.
What musical is it?
We
can't remember the name of it.
Yeah. So the line, eager young lads
You just made me snort.
and cats will offer you food and wine.
Do you not know what food and wine was?
You didn't know what roos and cads were.
Shows what wine is, alright.
No, don't we all?
So a roux,
The fuller bodied, the better.
a dissolute man is a roux.
There you go.
So maybe a libertine or a leech.
Yeah,
A man who is devoted to a life of sensual pleasure.
there you go.
Did you know that?
No, I did not. I also think I've misheard lyrics in this number.
Oh.
Because timid and shy and scared are you of things beyond your...
Prime?
Right, you heard prime,
Yeah.
I heard care.
Oh.
Right? And it's actually Ken. K-E-N.
Oh, yes, Ken. That's right, I had that too.
Not in your area of knowledge is what Ken means.
Or
in
a
this line.
range of vision.
What?
A range
How
of
does that
vision.
make sense in the lyric?
Oh,
Things-
so whenever Scottish people say,
I didn't can.
I didn't he can,
Ah!
it means they didn't know, it wasn't within their range of knowledge.
Yeah. Or their range of vision.
Ah.
Wow.
This is why
We taught
do-
him something from a musical.
This is why we do this podcast.
I know.
Let's close it down, we're done.
Yeah, that's it.
And then a cad is somebody who does not treat others with courtesy or consideration.
There you go.
So like that, there's quite a lot in that
Yeah.
eager young lads and roos and cads. So instead
Yeah.
of just saying bad boys,
Yeah, and they sing about bachelor dandies, drinkers of brandies.
Yeah.
A dandy, man dressed smartly. Mm-hmm. A bachelor dandy is a single man who dresses smartly. Be careful of those ones.
oh,
Those ones. Who am I?
because they are just out for a life of sensual pleasure.
There we go. Just you be careful.
Just you be careful.
Although the Nazis' uniforms were designed by Hugo Boss.
Were they?
Yeah, so there was an element of suave to the outfit, wasn't
Maybe
there?
that's why Rolf was attracted to become a Nazi.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
Okay.
I think we're going down.
I'm just trying to give him a wee bit of a redemption.
He's not a bad person, he just likes fashion.
Yeah, there you go.
Some like it hot. Some like it hot.
He mistook.
Sorry, I just had that is the musical I was
Alright.
talking about. But it was a film first with Marilyn Monroe. It's not be turned into a musical. It's on Broadway. I really want to see it. Some like it hot. There we go. Ta!
Our listeners
See, that's
have
how
turned
my-
off
that's how
because
my
they're going,
brain goes.
What does she? What?
Whenever Aaron said nobody's perfect.
Okay, some
is
like
the
it
line.
hot.
I was about to make a joke about young fella hearing about fashion and mixing it up with fascism, but never mind, because of the Hugo Boss uniforms. But thank you for that.
Okay.
Rather scary outburst.
That was a
I
scary
think we're having
outburst.
some sort of personality.
Like a fit.
I know, but I sometimes feel I come across a bit stupid on this. So I felt I needed to.
Oh yeah, screaming some like it hot twice
That
in a
helps
row.
you. That
Completely
really-
out of context. Yeah, that really helps.
God,
Yep.
wow. Well, do you know, I'm going to move on really quickly.
Go for it. Keep going.
The Landler.
Sorry, what?
The Landler.
What's that?
That's the wee dance that Captain Von Trapp and Maria do.
Oh, when they fall in love.
Bum bum ba-da-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum bum.
And
it is quite cute. And my heartbeat melts a wee bit because you can see them falling in love when
Yeah.
they dance, and it's really cute. It is a folk dance popular, or was... No, it still is a folk dance that's popular in Austria, Bavaria, Switzerland and Slovenia at the end of the 18th century. I'm sure it's still popular there now. Partner dances that strongly featured hopping and stamping.
Oh.
It is thought to have influenced the development of the waltz.
I can see that.
Right?
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm glad they did. They were doing their job properly, but choreographers in the film researched the traditional Austrian folk dance and integrated. I can't say that word.
Integrated.
Intricated?
You can't say that.
No, I'm like...
Into the film choreography.
No.
Integrated.
Integrated. Oh my goodness.
This episode is going downhill fast.
Oh,
Very fast. Move on. Edelweiss, quick, go.
no, I also learned in So Long, Auf Wiedersehen.
Farewell.
I learned like some German. Anyways,
Let's hear it.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Is that Austrian?
No, that's
No,
German. Oh my lord.
Yeah. Edelweiss. I can't say the word without singing it. Means noble white, meaning devotion.
Well, Edelweiss is actually a white flower found high in the Alps.
Yeah, but
But I didn't know that. Like, I thought it was just a wee song that they wrote. I didn't realise it was they were
there's
talking about the flower.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then the song was obviously, as you say, like a statement of Austrian patriotism and in the face of pressure being put upon the captain to join the navy of Nazi Germany.
that's right. People did believe, however, that this was a traditional Austrian song, including President Reagan, who actually, spoke to the Prime Minister about the song and being like, no, it's just from a film.
Oh, wow. Do you know that the flower is protected in Austria and it is illegal to pick it?
Oh, I do know that people will say, like, if you can pick a flower for your loved one, then that's a true sign of, like, love. So is it because it's protected then?
Maybe,
Must be.
I don't know, yeah.
What's the penalty for...
I don't know. I'm not willing to
Death
try it.
sentence.
Is it a bit like whenever
You have to
Rapunzel's
go
dad?
to, the penalty is you have to go to Sound of Music sing-along for a week.
Please don't pick me a flower. I'm not worth it.
Pretty sure I go for it.
Yeah.
I'm not worth it. I just said I don't want to put you through that.
Thank you.
Oh, that's okay.
Pick as many of them as you want.
Did you learn anything else before there's
No.
a domestic?
No.
No, I know.
I mean, there was a bit of learning. I did learn what a governess was because I didn't know what a governess was whenever I was first introduced to it. It was the first
Yeah.
time I'd heard that word. But
Because we would just like use nanny, wouldn't we?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a governess. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think just in the researching of it, I give it a wee bit more credit than maybe I thought of originally. So I don't hate it as much, but I also don't really want to go and see it too much.
No, and I think as well, it's been forever since I've looked at anything to do with it that kind of, it was okay to research it for this
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
I think if it was something that you were doing every year.
Yeah. Julie Andrews is a good yodeler. Yodeler.
Yeah, that was when he put in the film. High on the hill.
Yeah.
Do you have any connections?
Do you know what? I'm probably due, and we've probably done it 100 times before, but I can't remember any connections I have to it, to be honest with you. I have luckily avoided ever having to choreograph it.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Because I think it would be painful.
We've done like a couple of songs from it for a
Yeah.
couple of showcases and things like that. It taught me, not my first life lesson, it taught me a really good life lesson.
What?
I was 7 or 8 and a local production company or drama company was doing it.
Yeah.
And this was probably the first time that I was auditioning for something outside of, say,
Stage
comfort.
girl, yeah.
Yeah, which was stage girl. And I didn't understand the process. So I was doing my line. I was going for one of whoever would have been 7 or 8.
Yeah.
One of the younger girls. And I was doing my line and did it really well. And almost got through to like the second or third stage. Didn't realise that I had to do it the same way I'd done it the first time and just said the line. And I can remember this as clear as day. I just said it as if they were just asking me to rehearse it, and I didn't give it my all.
Oh.
And then I didn't get through, and I was like, but I can play. I'm really good. Like, I need to be playing that part. But it was the first time I realised you need to be performing at every
All the
single
time.
stage.
Yeah.
So it taught me a really good lesson, because I was like, listen, if that person's coming over there, probably the director or whatever, I just didn't know. I just thought, you already seen me doing it really well.
Yeah, but in my opinion, if you're auditioning kids, then the it should be done in a way that the kids.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
It doesn't sound like a very well run audition.
And
is
the
what I'm
person
saying.
did come over and said, but you did that very different the first time you did it. And I was like,
okay. Well,
was that another edition? I didn't realise.
Yeah.
So it taught me that lesson to always be on it. Always give 100%.
Absolutely. Can
So
you
I
name
learned
the kids? I don't even think I can name the
Gretel,
one-shot kids. Brigitte.
Liesel, Brigitte. It was Brigitte that I was going for.
Who
I
were the
think.
boys? Kurt.
Yes.
Who's the other
I'm
one? Kurt. And I'm
Louisa.
Louisa. We just are missing one boy. Kurt and...
The older one?
And... She's Brigitte. Or she's Louisa. I'm Brigitte.
Oh gosh, we're not very good at...
Kurt and... This is going to really annoy me. Kurt and...
Oh goodness. No, I don't know. It's not really...
Liesel, Frederick.
Liesel, Frederick, Louisa, Kurt, Brigitte, Marta and Gretel.
Oh, we didn't say Marta, did we?
No.
We failed. Let's name the nuns. Do you know, actually, I don't mind Maria. She climbs a tree and scrapes anew, her dress has got to tear.
Yeah. It's also in one of my favourite movies, The Pacifier. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
You would never have watched it. And then my kids became obsessed with it. It's this guy and he has to look after these group of kids. The wee boy, they think he is joined like the Nazis. They think that he has become a Nazi, but he's actually just in a production of Sound and Music.
Wow.
It's actually quite funny.
Yeah.
Never got it to hear it.
Absolutely. Is it just me, or do you kind of feel like Edelweiss is the most boring song you've ever heard?
I love it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do like
Edelweiss.
No, that's why Sound Innovation is Edelweiss.
Morning, you hit the snooze button.
No, I like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
I think because in a musical, and I suppose that's what we really look at, I have confidence isn't in it.
Yeah, it's a brilliant. Perhaps I had a wicked childhood. Isn't that right? Perhaps I had a miserable youth. Am I something good? I'm singing. I'm singing the wrong one. That's the other one I like. So what does my days in the hills have come to an end?
What are you singing?
Am I not singing? I
have confidence.
Yeah, I know that's the chorus, but how does it start?
I don't know.
Well, I think you might find I'm right.
I feel like.
But some da 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 shadow da 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 da. Not the tune.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Used to actually sing this, no?
Not for a long time. As I said, I don't really like
songs,
it.
Don't know the words.
But I don't really like it, so why would you bother?
You can do next week's, Aaron, if you're so good.
Do you know what? Can you sing us a song?
Any song.
From the Sound of Music. What's when we say sound? There we go. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What? Did you not learn a word?
I did.
Wiedersehen.
Goodbye.
Adieu. 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 To you and you and you.
There's a drone at that bit.
So long, farewell.
Honestly, I could do the orchestrations.
I'd like
Richard
to
Rodgers
stay
would be so
and
impressed.
taste my first champagne. Yes. No.
Bum, bum, bum.
I used to do that with my sister.
I can just imagine the two of you
the wee
fighting over
four
who's
steps
doing the last bit.
just before you go up to our bedrooms and that house, and she used to sit on it, and then I used to go and carry her up to bed.
You never
like
did,
almost.
did you?
I did.
That's the most loving the two of you have probably ever been with each other.
I think we did
Did you drop her at the top?
No. I think we did it for quite a number of nights.
I would imagine so.
The parents, mum and dad had to watch us.
Yeah, of course. Well, like any time I would have done it, like a show at home, like it was like I was committed to the 8 performances a week. Do you know what I mean? Like. You're laughing, but I'm being deadly serious.
In your tile.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. And then whenever it's the other way around, whenever your children are trying to do performances for you and you're like, hurry. I know, like, speed it up. Speed it up.
Speed it up. That gives me a wee funny story. In stage school, we were doing a bit of Annie this year. And I've asked for
the condensed version.
The backing track of Never Fully Dressed to be sped up. I was like, is there, you know the way, like, you can, like, hit the, like,
1.5?
Yeah, and I was like, is there any chance we could do that? So, our Never Fully Dressed is now... I was like, any chance we could just get through this? Because it's really painfully slow.
Oh.
Anyway, too
Maybe
funny.
we should do that for Sound of Music. Watch it in 1.5 speed.
Every morning you're dreaming. Could you just do that for the whole show and we'll get through it a wee bit quicker?
Yeah.
However, if you have a really good Mother Abbess, like...
I think it's Abyss.
It's not Abyss, it's Abbess.
Okay, you're right. Because what is an abyss? Is that like a...
you go into the abyss,
that,
burning fire. You're not going to throw the Mother Superior into
That's
that,
why I know that word. I knew that word, but I thought it was...
Yeah. If you have a really good one, like Climb Every Mountain could be...
Oh, I hate that song so much.
But like if the singer is really good, it could be quite breathtaking. Do you know what I mean? Like live, you could be like, whoa! Because that's the end of Act 1, isn't it? Like you could, if it was good, if Climb Every Mountain, because it's normally like an operatic singer, isn't it? That sings that. If it was really good, you could just go home at the interval.
Yeah. You see, I've spoken about this before. There's a number of musicals that don't make me feel good inside. Aww. And there's certain songs in Sound of Music that make me feel that way. And Climb Every Mountain is one of them. I think it freaks me out. If that and like the Preludium, all that, I don't like that like big, like organ sort of
religious music.
No, I do quite like, modern religious music. I love a wee bit of Wren Collective, but I mean, yeah, that it kind of makes me feel
cathedraly kind of.
Yeah, not
organ-y.
warm. It makes me feel cold, and I don't like feeling cold.
Wear a jacket when you go inside.
I'm not in many cathedrals, so I'm okay.
Now, that would be cool. Somebody needs to do that. A site-specific Sound of Music. Have it in...
But then there's only a small bit in a cathedral.
That's very true.
So
then we move it out onto the hills.
Okay. And then...
Come on, guys, jump on the bus.
We didn't really talk about it apart from my rant at the beginning. What did you think of all those lives they did? So they did a UK version Sound of Music live, and they did an American Sound of Music.
And do you know what? It's really sad because I actually really like Carrie Underwood, but the live was atrocious. Apart from Audrey McDonald, who played the mother
Abbess,
because it's the female superior of a community of Catholic nuns in an abbey. So
well done, Lauren. You got it right. Just trying to crawl.
Aaron, I quit.
Oh, shut up, you.
She was good in that. That's what I mean. Like, really powerful. She was also in that Rodgers and Hammerstein concert I went to see in the cinema.
She's also in Gilded Age.
Oh, I love her. Right, I'm definitely watching it. Her and Patrick, what's his name from Hades? I liked her Hades episode.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Hades is doing well.
I mean, this is probably the shortest episode we've done in many a year. That speaks volumes for how we feel about this musical, isn't it? We can't even get to the hour mark.
We did our best. I mean, if Sound of Music is one of your favourites...
Oh, see what you did there. Boom. Very good. Well done. Congratulations.
Don't let us put you off.
It makes me run for the hills, to be quite honest with you.
Oh
no, that's lies. Like I can deal with it. I deal with it better than I do with others, perhaps.
Does it make you want to commit a crime?
Why are you doing Aaron, she's back to doing she's clearly changed her mind again. She's back to doing clues for next episode.
Is that a segue, was it?
I can't. You still haven't came.
I mean, we haven't done it for like the last 3 episodes, but sure, we'll start doing it again. Yeah, sure. Let's just go episode 47. Let's start back into the clues.
Well, I mean, again, you still have not said what we're doing to end our episodes.
We say bye. Do you know what? Let's end this week's episode. So long, farewell. Something. Goodbye. Is it good night or goodbye? Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.